everybody, welcome back to Connor here, One Leeds Fan Channel, and we are back with your 5 things that Leeds United fans need to watch out for this week. And before we start this video, guys, the £200 competition winner will be announced at the end of the video, so do not click off this video because you're missing out on something huge. As well, we tried to record a final word with Rob Mulholland. I'm absolutely gutted, but unfortunately this week the final word with Rob Mulholland will not be out. We've had some technical issues. It's been chaos today. We've tried to get it out. We have. Rob's been an absolute good Samaritan. The technical issues have just been absolutely rife, so that will not be out today. So the 5 things and the rumour mill are the bits of content that are out today. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this anyway. But let's get into it anyway. The 5 things that Leeds United fans have to watch out for this week. So guys, number 1 is obviously going to be the emergence of the transfers. The transfers this week I think are going to kick in to gear. 2 weeks left until the transfer window shuts, and of course Leeds emerging as favourites to sign the Welsh winger, the Welsh wizard winger, Dan James. And Dan James, Leeds apparently looking for 12 million plus add-ons for Dan James. Are Manchester United going to accept this? Who knows? There's been rumours saying that they want 20 to 25 million. I don't know if I'd pay that amount of money if we could put that money into a cam, into Rodrigo de Paul. Apparently Leeds have already had a £25 million bid rejected, but there are alternatives. If you want to hear the alternatives, go check out the rumour mill. The rumour mill, which I do every single day. And yeah, we were talking about all the alternatives up there, but there are a heck of a lot of alternatives, and that's going to be really interesting to see as well. A Fiorentina centre midfielder that Leeds are interested in, and apparently are putting a second bid in for as we are speaking right now. So make sure you go check that out in the rumour mill. But it's going to be very, very interesting this week to see Leeds United and transfers, especially with the development of Rodrigo de Paul, which I think is going to have legs this week, or it's not going to have legs this week in terms of if it's going to happen. Is it not going to happen? Are we going to get a damp squid? Are we going to get it over the line? And Dan James, could we see that quickly moving? Obviously, we do not want that going to deadline day like last time, do we? And number 2 for me this week, guys, is going to be the preparation for the Sheffield United game. Now, Sheffield United are a different animal to what Leeds have faced so far. Fulham, very nice on the ball, very technically gifted, and they've got a lot of individual quality. Liverpool, obviously, they have everything in their squad. They're the best team in the world for me. And they're just, Liverpool are an outlier. The fact we scored 3 there was magnificent. Now, Sheffield United are going to be a different beast. I look at our next 3 games, Sheffield United, Wolves and Man City, all really, really tough games. Sheffield United's probably the one that I'm least looking forward to the most, just in terms of watching the game as well. I think it's going to be a case of, are we going to play to their strengths? Are they going to play to our strengths? It's whichever team on the day is going to play to their strengths, to their peak, if that makes any sense. Sheffield United getting down those wings with their overlapping centre-backs, overcrowding Leeds in the channels, whipping the balls in. Leeds playing that tiki-taka football, that dynamic football on the wings again. So there's going to be a lot going down the flanks in this game. It's going to be really interesting to see Leeds United's preparations for this game, because it's going to be very, very interesting to see whether or not we adapt our play. But I don't think we're going to adapt our play. Sheffield United are naturally extremely good on set pieces, very organised, but Leeds as well, we have that capability going forward, which should terrify Sheffield United, because we've been unbelievable going forward so far this year, clinical at every opportunity, and there's confidence running through the team now. And of course, as I speak right now, Sheffield United haven't got a win yet, and Leeds United have, so it's going to be a Yorkshire derby. There's going to be a lot of press. There's going to be a lot of preparation from both sides. Marcelo against Wilder one more time, and when we played them last time, it was 1-1 over the season. Obviously, them getting that pivotal win towards the end of the season. So it's going to be a really interesting development in the week to see the preparation, see whether or not Leeds adapt to whatever Sheffield United are going to offer at the weekend. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see. And guys, number 3 is going to be Robin Koch. Obviously, I think he's going to have a really good game against Sheffield United, tempting fate. But I think he's been improving. I thought he was improving against Fulham, genuinely. And I think he is getting better and better. That slide was naive, but I don't think it was a penalty at all. But it was given, and it was maybe a bit reckless. He didn't need to do it. You could see him second thinking. But his aerial duels, I thought he had a really good game against Mitrovic. You actually look at the third goal, Mitrovic beat Cooper. You look at the second goal, Cooper was dragged out of position. Calvin was bounced off by Aguisa. Anguissa, and then the ball was played through in between Dallas and Cooper. So Robin actually wasn't at fault, really. He was pretty consistent, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him playing against Sheffield United, and hopefully he gives us that offensive, he gives us that defensive stability. So I think Robin's going to be a really good player for us, I really do. But yeah, it's going to take a while for him to develop into this game. And you could hear Bamford after the game, turning around essentially and saying, yeah, we're absolutely blowing, we're tired. And you could see that with Ayling. So the fitness is going to improve. They've not really had a break, have they, at all? So that's something I'm going to take into account as well. So yeah, but the big thing for me is going to be Robin. I think he's going to have a really good game against Sheffield United. So watch this space. And number 4 for me, guys, a little bit of a sour note, really. He used to live in my village, actually. Paul Robinson. He's really going down hard on Illan Meslier. And yeah, he's saying that he's had a poor start and all this sort of stuff. I mean, come on, Paul. Let's take all the external factors in, mate. And I mean, I've made a video on the pundits a little bit earlier on in the week. If you've not checked that out, go check it out. But he's blaming him, saying he's conceded too many. His decision-making is not good. He's 20 years old, mate. 20 years old. And listen, if you're good enough, you're old enough, that old cliche saying, of course. But he's got no backup. He's got absolutely no backup. And, you're getting pundits like Paul Robinson coming out on air and criticising him. That's not going to do anything for his confidence. Paul, you're a Leeds lad, mate. We were at you. You were with us for a very good period in your life. So don't go out hounding our goalkeepers. You know as well as everybody else that it's the most important position on the pitch. Illan can't do anything about that. He's learning about the game. He's only had 2 games in the Premier League and he will learn. Don't get me wrong. Of course he will, but that's up to Leeds United. It's not up to Meslier. Meslier needs help from off the field as well. He needs an experienced goalkeeper next to him so he can coax him through these high-pressure situations. But don't go out criticising Meslier and saying he's a poor keeper, he's had a poor start, this, that and the other. It's not going to do wonders, is it? You're wanting Leeds to do well. We're wanting Leeds to do well. So just the over-criticism on Illan Meslier. Let's look at all the other keepers as well. What about Fulham's keepers who've conceded, 6 between them? 7 between them. There's been no shouts for those boys. What about the West Bromwich Albion goalkeeper, Sam Johnston? There's been no shouts on there, but obviously because it's Leeds, there's been talks about Illan Meslier and how poor he's been. Come on. It's not just him, it's a collective. It really is. And the team have been playing together. The back line haven't been playing together for long at all. It was very different when Ben White was there. Meslier was comfortable. He knew his understanding. They knew the patterns of play. Even as a goalkeeper, that's vital. But now getting into the season, Meslier will get better for me. And this is up to Leeds United. But by no means do I think Mellier's had a poor start at all. And obviously a little bit of good news, and it's you've got to get good news when you play Manchester City in the best part of 2 weeks' time. But İlkay Gundogan has been ruled out for a substantial period of time. So I just wanted to end it on that, guys. A little bit of a different ending, but Gundogan is going to be out for that Leeds game, which is big. Any sort of Man City midfielder who is out of that midfield is good. That's good news. Them being out of the squad, they're an extremely good team, and Gundogan is very, very critical in that midfield. Obviously, with David Silva leaving, so he's one of the linchpins in there when Phil Foden's there. So if it is just Phil Foden, a couple of others in the midfield, İlkay Gundogan being absent, the experience and the quality he has is going to be absolutely massive. But as well, guys, as I said, the competition winner is Rhian Davis. Well done, Rhian, and you have won £200. Well done. There will be obviously another competition this week as well, guys, so stay tuned. But she obviously got the first goal scorer. She got all that, she's subscribed. She got the right motorcycle as well, which was great. She was picked out. There's about 3 or 4, maybe 5 people with the same answers picked out of a hat, and Rhiannon was the winner. So well done, Rhiannon. That money will be coming to you very shortly. But guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know what your comments are in the section below with regards to what we've been talking about in this video. I'll see you tomorrow bright and early with the Rumour Mill. See you in a bit, guys.